Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is going to be October 2023 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We will start with the sound bowl just to tune in. You can join me if you like. I'm going to take a breath in and a breath out for one ping. Okay. Deep breath in. And exhale. Okay, Scorpio, let us see what October is bringing you. We are going to start off with a theme card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And then we're going to do a Cross of Truth, okay, with the Fountain deck. It's going to tell me where you are, what you want, what's working in your power this month of October, the challenge and the outcome, and we will clarify. Okay, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know, please, for October? Okay, I've got two cards here. Loyal heart and here and now. Okay, if I show you these cards, they may be a little bit of a reflection, but I do need the light, so hopefully you can see that all right. Okay, so definitely something about loyalty this month is very, very important to you. Perhaps the loyalty of others and how you show up in the world as being loyal. I want to say to friends as well. And then the here and now, we've got the past and the future. And two different signposts from where you are at the moment. Both these cards, they're sitting on what we would seem as eggs, and eggs with gestation talks about kind of like the full energy of new beginnings that are coming into life. But in order to achieve those new beginnings, it is important to stay in the here and now, the present moment. Okay, you are at that position now, here and now. Where are you? What is it that you want right now? Yes, there's an energy in the future about what you prefer, and in the past of what maybe you don't prefer, but here and now, where do you stand? Okay, let's grab a Cross of Truth for you. Scorpio. Oh, I'm cutting the deck. Current energy, we have the Four of Swords. The desire is the Emperor. What's working in your favor is the Five of Swords. The tricky energy is the Eight of Swords. And the outcome is the Devil. Now, I have to tell you this. I tried a reading for you just a moment ago, well, about half an hour ago, and then I had a bit of an interruption, so I had to restart. But what was actually working in your favor was the Devil card, and it was all about kind of focusing, being kind of laser focused on a particular endeavor and putting your heart, your blood, sweat and tears into it in kind of like an animalistic way, like really kind of taking hold of something and just going with it, running with it. So for it to turn up in your outcome, I'm not perturbed by that, okay? Because obviously the same cards come up and it was favorable before, but we will clarify. Okay, you definitely feel like you need a bit of a break at the moment. We've got the Four of Swords in your current position as you start the month of October. I'm just getting a sense of feeling a little bit run down and needing some time to just meditate on a particular idea, to really do some soul searching and to look for blessings in your life. So I'm trying to get this to focus, all right? These cards are quite difficult to see because they're very, I don't want to say shimmery, they kind of blend quite well, very kind of delicate pictures and imagery and artwork in these. But there is a blackbird. Ooh, I've not noticed this before. There is a blackbird at the top of one of these swords over here, okay? It's the black dot that you see there. And a blackbird is a very magical creature. So it's actually my personal spirit animal. And usually when a blackbird turns up in my life, huge shifts and transformations take place, and it's like game-changing energies. I see it as a very positive omen because it changes the game in a very positive direction. So it may be useful for you to look up the spiritual meaning of a blackbird for you. They're very magical creatures. They can replicate pretty much many different bird songs. So they have the power to be perceived as something that they are not. They are magical in the sense that obviously they're good omens, but they're extremely clever as well. And this is absolutely a blackbird coming in for you. So you may be seeing blackbirds in your environment. Look up the spiritual significance for you, the symbology. It may be very, very helpful. But for me, I'm really feeling that you are kind of just, I don't want to say the words down and out, but I would say run down. And in this, there is a very strange, and you're not going to be able to see this because I was explaining how delicate the pictures are. It almost looks either like an otter or a mouse on the head of this man who is sitting and looking pretty blasé, pretty bored. There's a sense of waiting over there. So it feels to me like you've been in a sense of waiting where you don't feel like things are going forward. You perhaps feel a little bit sort of stuck in a rut. And we've got that turning up with the Eight of Swords as well as a challenge for you for the month. So there's a space of wanting to move forward, but in order to do so, it's going to be like, you know, tightrope, walking a tightrope to actually get over to the other side. So healing maybe needs to take place. Some rest and rejuvenation is definitely on needing to come on in. What I love about this is that the desire is Emperor. You want to be moving forward. You're wanting to be kind of standing in that masculine divine energy of making stuff happen, planning for the future. We're not talking just immediate future, but the long term. But of course, Spirit is saying, right now you need to get out of this stuck situation, because here and now nothing, there's things that are happening beneath the surface, but you're not seeing the results yet, and it's very easy to get complacent, to get bored, and to get like, well, what's the point? So with the Emperor turning up in the positive position, these are quite dark cards, and the Emperor just strikes up as real red energy. So we're talking sacral chakra, and root chakra. All those energies to do with relationships, and where you feel kind of a sense of protection or security. Those are the energies that you're really trying to grasp, but you feel in a bit of kind of in-between state at the moment. We are clarifying, so don't you worry. In fact, let me clarify now, because I am aware that sometimes if I go through the whole energies on a general scale and then clarify them afterwards, it can be a little bit confusing, like, well, what was she talking about again? So let's look at this Four of Swords with that blackbird. So there is something beautiful, blessing coming in for you, but I just don't think you see it yet. So we're going to clarify these in the same order. Okay, under the Four of Swords we've got the Hanged Man. Under the Emperor, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Under the Five of Swords, we've got the Three of Wands. Under the Eight of Swords, we've got the Ace of Wands. And under the Devil, we have that King of Wands. Yeah. Oh, Scorpio, you just wanted to charge forward. You just want to make stuff happen. But you've got these stumbling blocks, okay? So the Four of Swords was needing to take a little bit of time out, because I feel like you're pretty exhausted. It's also an opportunity with that Hangman to see something from multiple points of view and allow yourself the time to just gain enlightenment, okay? And what I was kind of talking about in the previous reading, that before the distraction, was something to do with, because we had the Hermit in your desired position in the previous reading. It's like needing to really ascertain within yourself. Forget about the big house, forget about the dream job, forget about the wonderful social life and that beautiful love connection you've got. Forget about the wants of what that looks like on the surface. What does it really mean to you? So it was something was coming through about stripping away at the labeling of it and the image of it and get to the heart of the matter. So what does it really mean to feel loved? What does it really, where is your sense of security at a deeper level? Maybe it's just connection rather than feeling a little bit of disconnection. So all of that stuff was coming up. So this is why we've got the Hangman turning up over here in your current position, because you actually need some time out to really assess things from multiple points of view. And you can't do that when you're making stuff happen and busy, because you're not going to get those beautiful downloads, those beautiful aha moments, because you'll be fixated in different moving plates, you know, or spinning plates. So if at all possible, take some time for yourself, because it will allow more clarity to come to mind. The Emperor with that Ace of Pentacles, we've got two aces coming up, so we know that this is where you are charging a lot of your energy. Okay, you want new beginnings, you want inspiration, you want that a new job, a new financial beginning, a new position in life. You want that new stuff, and you're wanting to make it happen for yourself. Now the Ace of Pentacles comes from a gift from the universe, okay, and it is very solid. It's a solid offer. It's something that you can really nurture. It stands the test of time, and it pays off. It absolutely pays off. So this is what you're wanting, and you can use, but I think it's really important to really sit with yourself to really understand why it is you want that. Okay, what does it actually mean? Because when you understand the root of the desire, then you may be able to have more of a broader spectrum rather than one particular avenue that needs to play out as. Working in your power is a Five of Swords. You see how he's balancing on these swords here, okay? It's almost like walking a tightrope. He's reached that point where he is a little bit sick and tired of people pleasing. Okay, he now recognizes that he needs to kind of cut away at the things that don't serve him, and just meet the other the end of the line, the finish line in a particular situation. It may end up ruffling up some feathers, you know, from people around you, but it feels to me like you are at that it just feels like you've reached the end of the road. I don't have the ten of Wands over here, but it feels like you've reached the end of the road of something, and you're just like I can't go on very much further, so I just need to cut my losses and move forward. I need some forward momentum, okay? Because you've been waiting for this for a while. Now with the Three of Wands, which is clarifying this card, in the Rider-Waite deck, or rather the Gilded deck, he's standing waiting for his ships to come in. Okay, so I have to move it like this so that it hopefully focuses, which I'm not sure it is. Okay, but anyway, he is waiting for his ships to come in, and he's been waiting a long time. Now in the Gilded deck, the ships are there, meaning that you actually have more options available to you, right? Sometimes you can look over the horizon and think it's a bleak, desolate place, vast nothingness. But sometimes if you look a little bit closer, you'll see that instead of it, it could be an illusion, a mirage. In fact, there is water there, you know. There is water in this particular card, meaning emotional fulfillment, something that he can take his wand and he can move forward. So it feels like you've actually much further than you realize, but the stagnancy has got you kind of feeling a bit beaten down. All right. Now the thing that's working in your favor is trust in the process, and this is absolutely the time to really kind of start to, it's going to sound a bit weird, but start to look at your friendship circles, your family members, your work colleagues. Who of those feel like they're zapping your energy, that perhaps they are taking so much out of you that you don't have anything left for yourself? It may be very important for you to start being very careful about who you surround yourself with. They say successful people surround themselves with successful people. So I don't want to sound mean, but if there are people surrounding you that just seem to be sucking you dry like energy vampires, I would take a very hard look at that and start to maybe being a little bit putting some boundaries down, okay? If you're wanting to embrace the Emperor energy and that Ace of Pentacles, I would be choosing to spend time with people who are successful, who know what they're talking about, okay? And I would say this with a bit of a catch. We're not talking about people, the ordinary person who tends to be successful. I'm saying reach much higher. Seek out those who are extremely good at what they do, okay? Who really are world famous, who really kind of go against the grain and really succeed in life, whether that be in partnership, in marriage, someone, you know, who is in a partnership who has been through, you know, difficulties but still come up on top, and find out what their advice is, okay? Or if we're talking about business, try and get the information, even if you have to read a book that they've written, you know. Find out, learn from the top. I would be very careful, and because working your power this month, that's why I'm kind of going on about it. Very careful about whose advice you take, okay? Do they have, okay, so I'm going to give you an example, and bit of a rubbish example because it's a personal example, but I'm going to give it anyway. So my mother was trying to decide within herself whether she should keep her car or not, okay, because the car that she's had is very, very old, maybe she should just get rid of it. And instead of really speaking to someone who knows about that, she spoke to my sister, who doesn't really drive, okay? And my sister sort of said, well, you know, you don't really need it, so why bother? You know, you could save some money, and then, you know, and then you have freedom in that respect and stuff like that. And I was sort of saying to my mother, yes, but you're speaking to someone who isn't a driver, meaning that you're speaking to someone who doesn't know the benefits of that particular situation. So I think it's really, really important that you decide very strongly, very firmly this month, who do you take advice from? Someone who knows about what they're talking about, who's someone who doesn't? Equally, I have there's someone in my life who is going through a bit of a difficult time in romance, in relationships, and I'm rubbish at it. So I could never advise that person because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've made plenty of mistakes. But there may be somebody else that person can speak to from a higher perspective, who's gone through a lot more. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. It's really, really important this month that you be very careful about whose advice you take, okay? And even mine, be discerning on me. I'm a tarot reader. This is a collective reading for the general. It can never be very, very specific. So even with mine, take it with a pinch of salt, okay? Tarot isn't the answer. It shows you the energies that are showing up in your sign. Use them at your discretion. This is your life. Your discerning principles of the utmost value because you're living your life. Nobody else's. You are. Okay? Really, really important to remember that. Now, the challenge for the month is the Eight of Swords. Okay? It is clarified by the Ace of Wands, because what's happening here, the challenge seems to be like you want to really go ahead. It feels almost that you are actually inspired for something new, but you feel like you can't take the first step to do it. Okay, it's like there's an energy hovering there that gets you really, really excited, and before you really take any further, get stamped out because you think, I'm stuck in this position, I'm trapped in position, I've got X, Y, Z commitment, I cannot take that leap of faith, that wand that can go the distance, because it is also like this Ace of Pentacles. It is also a gift from the universe. You know, it's a download of excitement, something that perhaps people haven't done before, or something that just gets you really, really, really excited. Okay, and both of them are heavenly guided. They both come from the heavens. Okay, and whereby the Ace of Pentacles is solid offer, this Ace of Wands has a branch of plants growing. So again, very nurturing. It can go the distance. But you feel, no, I can't do that. I feel like I've got my back up against a brick wall. And the Eight of Swords is all in the mental body. So there's definitely a need to change up some sort of mindset that you have about your particular situation. You may not be as trapped as you are. Often it's just a mindset. And if you change the mindset, your reality shifts accordingly. Okay, so the outcome, we have the devil, which is clarified by the King of Wands. And again, I don't feel like the devil is negative in this sense, particularly because of the clarification of the King of Wands. So what's happening here is it feels like the whole month you're almost seesawing between this energy of, where do I feel trapped? Okay, what am I going to do about it? Okay, where do I feel trapped? What am I going to do about it? And this is the whole month. You're looking at areas of your life which feel like they're holding you back, and you're cutting it away. It doesn't serve me. Cutting away. It doesn't serve me. That person might not be that happy with me. Don't care. Doesn't serve me. And it's kind of like, sometimes we just need to go through that in life, you know. Sometimes I used to do a cull of all my Facebook friends, but I'm not on Facebook anymore. But when I was, it just got too much because people were just moaning and groaning all the time, and that's not helping my psyche. Okay, so I just cull. I did that once a year, and eventually I just thought, well, just get rid of Facebook altogether. I like Instagram because it's imagery and it's nice, and then it's usually a positive things that come through. So I feel like you are absolutely, by the end of the month, you are being super highly razor focused on what it is you want. And what it is that you want is, you want to be the leader of your own life. You want to be the main actor of your own movie. King of Wands is a leadership, entrepreneurship, starting new things, putting their love where it actually matters, rather than having to answer to people and hope for the best that they kind of climb the ladder. It's taking charge. It's being charismatic, because you are charismatic. Scorpio, you're the one of the most like amazing signs, because you have this charisma and you have this mystery about you that is extremely attractive across all Scorpios. Okay, it's the energy you feel, and with the devil energy coming up there, it has a kind of an animalistic feeling to it, meaning that whatever you really put your heart and soul into, you putting all of it into it. Okay, because you're focused on your self-empowerment. Okay, so by the end of the month, you are going to be feeling super focused, more in control, more embracing the energy, particularly because the desire here is to be in the Emperor energy. A lot of fire. Okay, Emperor, divine masculine, is solar plexus. Solar plexus is fire energy. Fire is your sense of spirit. It also refers to the wands in tarot, which talk about work, which is connected to the King of Wands. So for sure, by the end of the month, you're not putting up with any BS. You're not putting up with any one offering advice when they have no leg to stand on, right? And you are powering through, and you are kind of culling a lot. You're doing the big cull. Okay. Yes, you're still going to feel trapped, but it's like a caged animal that's going to break through by the end of the month. Scorpio. So loyal heart came up in the beginning, and there's a couple of keys on the top of this heart. So there is definitely something about it. Feels to me that ultimately the charge, when I was talking about stripping away about what it really means, it feels to me what you're really charged with is actually the heart space. That's what it all comes down to. And it could even be a significant other. Now, loyal heart, we exercise loyalty. It's despite what happens, the loyalty is there, all right? But I feel like I'm sort of more leaning towards this energy of loyalty of your own heart to yourself. Yes, it could be someone important to your boss, a business partner or a romantic partner, or even a family member, where that loyalty of the heart is the force behind you. But I'm also leaning towards the loyalty of your own heart to yourself. And it may be in the here and now, it may be something that really can open up the gateway to understand that there's more ways around a particular situation to get to that Emperor energy, to get to that King of Wands, to be the leader within yourself, okay? And it may take full-on hyper-focus, but you're fine doing that, you know. You're not adverse to doing that. You are well you're well experienced to throw yourself in at the deep end, you can do it. Of course you can. So sometimes though, it gets to that point where you put up against a brick wall like a caged animal, and you're going to come back fighting even stronger. Sure. Okay, so we're going to get a Moonology card for you to end this reading off. We got 2 cards here. Okay. The answers you need are coming. This is a full moon in Gemini. Okay. So, whatever you've been mulling over, just give yourself time. Just give yourself time. You don't have to have all the answers at the beginning of the month. They are coming. They are coming. You're going to see them very clearly by the end of the month. And then the other card is bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Okay. So we are, even with, if you're feeling kind of throttled, okay, even if you're feeling throttled and kind of, sorry, the image I get there is like you are the gears of a car and someone else is driving you and moving your gears, right? Turn it around. Bring love to the situation. If you're feeling angry, go back to the root of the issue. Okay, where is the loyalty to yourself? Okay, soften it within yourself. Be kinder to yourself. You've always got to do that first before you can do that with others. So bring love into the situation. Bring it back within yourself first. And then if you're finding yourself kind of triggered by people, or if you're finding that the ways that you're doing things are ruffling a few feathers, you can easily soften it by explaining your point of view, but still being adamant about your boundaries. So it's quite like a hefty month, an important month for you, Scorpio. And I feel like you are going to be understanding where you're at a bit better come the end of the month. So I really hope this helped. I hope it resonated and therefore is of value to you. If you did like this, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Obviously totally free. And if you are interested in a personal reading, check out my website lovetomore.com. Information is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Take care.